So we're gonna talk about waste.
Waste.
These piles over here, look at this. You know what this is?
No.
Waste.
Okay.
All this. These are all toppers that were not up to snuff for one reason or another.
That's a lot.
Look at that. Look at that horrible open seam. You can't send that to anyone.
Yeah.
In the furniture industry, what is considered like a typical waste factor on wood to product? I would say 40 to 50%. Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts.
That is insane. We obviously want to reduce waste as much as possible for financial and ethical reasons. Like, I'm not gonna bullshit you and be like, oh, well, actually, I'm just a hippie.
I'm a business hippie.
So we offer something called espresso maple. Staining adds a lot of labor and also adds the cost of stain. The color of the wood is not as important, right? Like, that's the whole point of staining. So this Pacific maple is less expensive than, say, the soft maple, but it doesn't matter because it just gets stained. We are going to see if we can take soft maple cutoffs and mix it in with our Pacific maple. Like, if we take the soft maple and Pacific maple, combine them. Does this make sense, JV?
No.
So maple should be nice and white and clear. This is sapwood on a tree.
Okay.
This is maple heartwood, which is very gray. If I'm selling you a nice white maple table, I throw this in the trash because you don't like this.
You don't like that gray.
But if I put this in with our Pacific maple for our espresso finish, you can't tell the difference because it's all stained uniform brown. We're gonna actually do some tests, but you won't be able to tell the difference. People cannot detect the difference between the two. And we're also gonna do that same concept with cherry. This is a board of cherry. This is a board of Pacific maple.
Oh yeah, it's
that is really close.
Sure.
This is a board of soft maple. Right, they're pretty close, especially when you put the espresso stain. So we're gonna stop calling espresso maple. We're gonna just call it espresso. And there's a chance your espresso maple table is gonna have technically nicer woods put into it, but it won't affect the coloration. We're gonna go do tests and see how far we can push this. Ed, what do you think of these legs?
They're clearly espresso.
Shut you. Ed knows nothing.
That's true.
Actually, JV, what do you think of these legs?
So, I think I know what's going on here, but I'm trying to look for the difference. I can't tell a difference.
They are all different species. These are all different species.
So what do we have in here?
So what we have in here is soft maple, Pacific maple, cherry, and walnut.
And walnut.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
They're mixed throughout.
Look, you can just like
Wait, black walnut?
black walnut.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna.
I mean, there's character.
The only thing I'm gonna say.
Toppers with walnut.
The maple, Pacific maple, and cherry, 100%. You like cannot tell the difference. Walnut does have that open grain.
I am open to. I agree. The walnut grain is a little different.
Like JV, can you get that?
Let me see. What are we looking at?
I don't know if you can catch the walnut has like open grain, and in the light you can sometimes catch it. Whereas like the cherry and the maple, it's like perfectly smooth and flat.
Tight.
Let me see that black walnut again.
This is the black walnut on the edge here,
Yeah, in the light you can see.
and then these two boards
I do
here.
see the pores. I see those big ugly pores.
That's what I'm, especially on toppers.
On toppers, it could be a problem. On
You'll have
this,
like a stripe of on that.
On
no.
this, you'd never know. So we need to make an executive decision. We, on the espresso maple, will be using various types of maple and cherry on the espresso maple.
Yep.
I'm comfortable making that change, if you guys are comfortable making that change.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, no. Phil, this is actually very big problem.
So let me.
Why don't you have the best handle on it, Doug, because you were.
Because I'm modular game table lead. So when we had the initial conversation, I did not know that we had any access to any US manufacturers or distributors of felt. So my initial solution is, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna send out the felts, they're not gonna fit great, and then we'll send everybody better felts in the future. Because I thought that was the only solution we had.
I poo-pooed that idea because I don't want to send bad product out.
I agree with that. And you're aware of a US distributor of felt.
Yeah, it's not a slam dunk because it is very expensive.
It sounds expensive.
I crunched some numbers last night. It's even worse than I thought it was going to be. So the plan is basically we can take all the, so say we can take a large and we can chop it down to a medium.
Correct.
So we can make all of the sizes one size smaller.
Correct.
The War Game in the large is the only thing we actually have to order new. Johan found a great supplier in America that can do all of the colors we need. They'll cut the size and stuff. It's going to be about $20,000 extra for just the larges and War Game tables.
Oh my God.
And it's not
Just the large and War. And so what you did is you looked at January, February, March, just the large, just the Wargaming.
Yep.
And the cost to get proper felt for those, assuming we can just hand process all the other felts from our garbage felt.
That's including hand processing.
So that's us doing all the work.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so we have to cut.
If they cut it, we're getting a quote on cutting. That is just for the material.
But you're saying them cutting War Game at large. We're still cutting down all the smaller.
We're still doing like 90%. No, it's gross. The large felts are $73. The War Game felts are $63.
Now look, here's what I want you to do.
Know how much it was in China?
Yeah, tell them. You look in the fucking camera and you say, this fucking drives me fucking bananas.
No, and this is why people were like, I would gladly pay more for American felt. No, the fuck you wouldn't.
Right.
Because like, if we were getting American felt, the felt add-ons would be like $150 to $200 each. From America, large is $73.31. From China, $6.40.
No, China is kicking our ass.
They are.
China is kicking our ass. Nobody fucking gets this.
No.
No. You want to know? Okay, so I gotta go on a very small rant. Okay, we're having.
Keep it kosher.
They can edit. So. All the cup holders we buy them from US distributors that buy them from China, and they charge like $6 a pop, and that's fine. To get them direct from China, 61 cents a pop. So we put that order in. No, I don't want to source from China. I would rather source from American manufacturing. So we went and got quotes on manufacturing of these cups. China gave us 61 cents. American manufacturers, we had quotes up to $65 per piece.
It's very hard because we want to work with American manufacturers, but like when you have prices like that, you can't.
I just want people to know, like, it's not like we're going out of our way to use China. It's that American manufacturing has been so gutted over the last fucking 30 years. We literally are not in the game. We are not in the game at all.
No, we can't even compete anymore.
No.
Not even possible.
They're kicking our ass, and we still, like, we have to pay double to get it into the country, and they still kick our ass.
Yeah.
Right?
Worse than it sounds.
Yeah.
It's like so much worse.
Way worse than it sounds. Yeah. Way worse.
They're kicking our ass and fucking it at the same time.
Yes. Thank you.
No,
You're welcome.
even with all that gross shipping and stuff, it was $33,000 for like all that felt. We're gonna pay $20,000 for like 5% of that. It's like super gross.
No, it's.
I don't think people understand how fucked America is.
All right. So
Well,
the takeaway is hopefully nobody's affected by this. We're eating the cost. We're getting the felts for the next 3 months, and then hopefully China works out moving forward, or else we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So we're basically saying, because of this, we'll call it Feltgate, right? We're basically 1 month behind on this Kickstarter due to Feltgate. So I believe we're gonna send out we'll get everyone $25 gift cards. Woo! Not that does much.
I was gonna say, can they even use it to get an accessory for the table?
Yeah,
Sure.
There's accessories for $25 or less.
No, I'm saying
felt.
they can't use a Wormwood Kickstarter on Kickstarter,
yeah,
right? They can only use it on our
You
website.
can buy extra felt.
Hey,
Felt
you know what I would like to
$25.
do? Can I throw this out there right now? I would like to run a series of accessories and say black poison wood that's like a special thing, and we can engrave on the back, sorry we done fucked up. And like anybody we're late, instead of getting a $25 gift card, why don't we give them like a cool accessory?
Let me.
No, this is such a bad idea.
Why?
Why?
Because we already can't make enough accessories.
Yeah, but
We're like didn't make enough accessories, and you want to make more to make up for it?
but if you can-
What are you talking about? That's nonsense.
No, you're nonsense. You're lost in the sauce. So, no,
I
because.
fucking hate that quote now.
So, Jason, is this cool? Leave a comment below. If you backed this Kickstarter and there was a delay, what would you rather get? Would you rather comment? Let us know. Would you rather get a $25 gift card where you can get anything you want, or would you like a special limited edition Dice Vault to commemorate your time in purgatory? That seems like fine.
With the Pornhub logo.
JV, get ready for some sexiness.
What do you got?
So Prophecy's finally back up online. Johnny
Yes.
did a great job. We're finally chipping down the build pool, then hopefully actually start selling these tables again, which would be great. When you order a Prophecy, it's a $1,000 down payment, and we send you this kit.
Whoa!
Look how nice that is.
You get tabletop tiles?
So these are the fabric swatches.
Oh.
Right. So we got the tabletop tiles. This is the founders of Wormwood, hand signed, just like a thank you note.
What does it say?
I gave Johnny so much shit about it. Look at this. Look at this.
Ah, fuck off.
Look at this.
There's a little letter from the owners.
It's not even hand signed.
No. No. Yeah, you goddamn right. It's not hand signed.
Look at this parchment, and this is what Johnny. You gotta step your game up. Gotta step your game up.